All right, so let's start the video. So we are looking at body cavities. Let me bring this on top. There we go. All right, so we're going to start with the dorsal body cavity. So remember, if we look here, we see dorsal is back. So we're just going to write back of the body. In that cavity is going to be the cranial. So in the cranial part, this is going to be, remember, cranial is the skull, and it is going to contain the brain. So we're looking at this area right here. And then the second area, we have the vertebral or spinal. Most places are going to refer to it as the spinal. So with the spinal, it's going to contain the spinal cord and vertebra. All right. Now that we've done the whole back part, let's do mid-term. So we have dorsal being back. We have crani being skull. All right. Now let's go to the next one. Next one, we are at vertebral. So this is going on the front of the body, but notice it doesn't include the head. So with the vertebral, we are looking at the front of the body. Okay. Remember, that's also anterior. So the first one is the thoracic region. So you see this? Now we need a formal definition for the thoracic region. So we're going to say superior part of the ventral cavity. Okay. Surrounded by the ribs. Now, with this, we have the pleura. So we haven't talked about this yet. This is going to be a sac that's going to go around the lungs. So formal definition for the pleura is it is enclosing the lungs. Okay, we have the mediastinum. So remember, we drew that right here. So the mediastinum, okay, is going to be in the middle or medial, and it is the space for the heart. Now, pericardial. Remember, we did med-term for this, right? So it goes around, encloses the heart. Again, this is a sac. So let's do med-term for this. Ventral, front, and then we have the thoracic, which is going to be my chest area. Pleur, which is going to be my lungs. Med, middle. And then we have cardi, heart. And we're going to pick up another color and do peri for enclosing or going around. All right. Let's move down to the next portion. So when we're looking at the diaphragm, we said that the diaphragm here is going to separate these two cavities. So the diaphragm is going to separate thoracic from abdominal. All right. Now we have our abdominal pelvic cavity. So you can see my diaphragm here, and here is the abdominal pelvic cavity. So my abdominal cavity, I listed some of the organs that you're going to see in there, some of the ones that we talked about. So we said stomach, intestine, spleen, liver. We said pancreas. We said gallbladder. And we also said kidneys. Then we have my pelvis, and my pelvis is going to contain the bladder, reproductive organs, and then the bottom part of the intestines. Okay, so when we did ventral, viscera, again, are my ventral organs. So it's just another way of saying front. Okay, last section on here, we are going to look at the other cavities. So these are considered other cavities. So contains the mouth, teeth, and tongue. That's going to be the oral. My nasal is going to contain the nose. Remember, nase. Med term is going to be nose. My eyes is the orbital. Remember, orb is going to be circle. And then the ear bones. We haven't talked about the ear ones yet. And that's going to be, of course, I would hope you would know, the middle ear. And then the last one, we won't get into much this chapter. But we will look at the synovial joints, which are my joint cavities or spaces for the joints. All right, we are going to stop here.